evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of the DHC Sports Show. I am your host, currently for right now, producer Virgil, and I am here with Patrick, the Influ Spectre. A little glitch in the matrix with the name there. We'll have to figure out what's going on there later. Patrick, how are you doing currently?
I'm doing all right, Mr. Producer. How are you doing?
Not gonna lie, I was a little panicky earlier because I thought I was gonna have to do a little one-man show, which I would have been ready for, but I'm glad I got somebody else here. So
you're stuck with me.
That's what I am fine with that. Before we begin, we got to talk about our sponsors for this evening. First, we were going to talk about, of course, Old Fort Baseball Co. And guys, when I am not on the black market trying to find a new liver, I'm over at Old Fort Baseball Co. Buying the best shirts and hats that they have available. And also, the good news about that is you don't have to pay full price for that. You do not.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. You do not have to pay full price for any of those hats or lovely shirts that you buy. Because you see, there's a certain code that you can use. And also, I'm putting up the DHC. I'm putting up the QR code so you guys can take a look at that if you want to view it today. So yeah, if you wanted to buy anything from Old Fort, anything that you would like, it is 15% off. It's code DADHAT.
So let me ask you this: is that for everyone?
That is for everyone.
Even Brett?
That is even for Brett. That is for you. That is for everybody. And then they also have the sticker club. Now, of course, Donnie, if he was here, he would be showing us stickers, but he's currently at the Clemson game. He may join later. We'll see. That's usually $6, and you'll get stickers from various minor league baseball teams, maybe some websites, some Sandlot teams, whatever's in there. Even a little QR code that explains what they are, and that's usually $6, but not with this code DHC. You can get that for 50% off.
So, Beeson, I'm sorry that you're stuck with us. I mean, I hope that what we're wearing is still acceptable.
Yes, I hope so too. Also, Ed is currently delayed at an airport, which I do not know how that always happens to him.
As someone who was delayed in an airport the other day, I don't. I feel sympathy for him because I just went through that. But it doesn't happen to me nearly as often as it does to him. Right?
It's like when he texted me saying he was delayed. I'm like, how does this keep happening to you?
What's up, Lynn?
But that's not the only discount code we've got. Ooh. So we have another one with our friends over at USPBL. So to go uspbl.com/shop. You buy what you want there. You got 4 teams to choose from. I'm personally impressed with the Unicorns. You get there, you put in CBM 25, you get 25% off of that purchase. And that's for everybody too.
Even Brett?
Even Brett.
Okay. Well,
you do not have to be a CBM Platinum member to have access to that. That is for everybody. Oh, hold on. Wait.
Oh no.
Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Hola, ¿cómo está usted?
Hey guys.
Have I already failed you enough that you
delay?
So how long have you been delayed for, Mr. Rivera?
We've been delayed for a little bit over an hour now, and also we've been changed gates. And so, it's the Ed thing. This is how it goes. At least I got on a plane, which is a good thing, right?
Oh, you're on the plane?
No. I'm currently. I got on the first plane.
Oh, so you got out of San Juan?
I'm out of San Juan. I'm in Fort Lauderdale right now.
Okay. Did Paul?
I was about to say, if that's the plane, it looks like an Air Emirates flight or something.
Well, he does have a private pool. Remember?
No, it's not. It's not.
I said he does.
It's
he does have
JetBlue,
a private
baby. Come
pool.
on now. It's JetBlue.
No, No, he does have a private pool, so he might be on a flight like that. So how that works.
Well, so if pool is blue, jet blue, blue, there you go. There's a coincidence
Yeah.
there. There you go.
So did Paul get stuck on a flight too, or is he back home already?
No, bro, dude's back home. He's been home.
Did he
I
leave the
had a
same time
later
as you
flight.
did?
No,
Of
no.
course, yeah. Of course he's home, and you're the delayed one. Of course.
Hey, listen, it's okay because I get to spend time with the fam while I was there, right? And
Okay.
so there you go. So, but I am here, hanging out.
I said,
Just want you guys to see the hat that I'm wearing today.
well, we were about to go into hats, so go ahead and talk about your hat, Ed.
So this had actually bought when I was at the beach. Because the beach in Puerto Rico, right? There was a kiosk there, and then I saw this coquille, which is, if you know about Puerto Rico, we love our cookies. And so, yeah. And look at the bottom of that thing, dude. That thing is legit. So, yeah.
That's pretty.
And while I was drinking a Red Bull. Just it's not water, so I was drinking a Red Bull, pretty sugar-free Red Bull.
I mean, if I'm delayed at the airport, that would be probably my drink of choice, and I don't even drink Red Bull.
Well, I mean, it gives you wings like a plane, right? So.
You know what? That's
true. So this is where we're at, man. This is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. Ed wishes my jokes. Ed wishes my jokes would be on delay too.
Mm. Patrick, how about you? What hat are you wearing?
So tonight I am wearing the Fredericksburg Nationals, the Fred Nats. Let me see. There we go. I got used to this. I got to get used to the smaller screen, but I'm wearing that tonight. I'm out of town just like Ed is right now, and so I'm currently in Washington D.C. and tonight I'm wearing that, and I'm also drinking, as you probably saw, some Dr. Pepper because it's been a long couple of days, and so I needed a little pick me up. So yeah,
hey, you've had some flight troubles yourself.
I did. I got let's see. I guess I was supposed to leave Sunday morning to get to DC. I got in early Monday morning. So I think I finally got to the hotel around 2 a.m. Monday morning. So it was a long day.
Did you guys just see the breaking news that just came across?
No.
Ravens have backed out of the trade agreement for Crosby.
What?
Yeah, that's what it just said. So when we get to that section, we'll definitely be talking.
Really?
Yeah. So when we get to that section, we'll be talking about all these trades, but that looks like one we will not be talking about anymore.
Ooh.
So why? We'll have to look into that. Probably a felt physical.
Yeah.
My hat is the very first Copa hat I bought. It is Yakumama's from Asheville. I do like this one a lot. I said I was very happy to finally buy a Copa hat at the ballpark. I kind of waited until I actually went to a team because at the time Rocket City didn't have theirs yet. So nice to build off of that. But speaking of Copa, I mean, we do have a new Copa logo to talk about. So we'll get to that soon.
And I love it.
Hey, Virgil, can I answer some of these questions?
Oh, go ahead. Let me pull up the question.
All right. First one says, how many full body searchers? That'll stay undetermined. We will not be talking about that.
I think that was from me,
JetBlue sounds. JetBlue sounds nice. I'm cheap, and I'll see what took Frontier Line. We thought that we looked at, but it was just like it wouldn't work out. So we actually, JetBlue wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed it. Ed, did you go see a Puerto Rico play any WBC games while we were there? We saw Canada Panama, which actually ended up being a really good game. We were on a delay. We'll talk about that on Thursday. Want to give you guys some more of my thoughts on that.
Who's this Michael Sellers character?
I don't know, some guy there. I was unable to see any Puerto Rico games because the tickets were ridiculous. So just to give you guys a little bit of a little snapshot of what happened. So like even we were searching for just for in giggles, right? Bleacher tickets in the outfield. Okay, bleacher tickets in the outfield. We're going for $457 a pop.
No, thank you.
I was perfectly fine. What we ended up doing is watching it from home, drinking some Puerto Rican beer and some pizza, and that's what we did.
Yeah,
in the comfort of my house, my parents' house, actually.
And that's a ticket price for like rich people and goats.
I was like, you have to be out your mind. So there you go.
Man,
those are the questions that I saw.
At least you got to see a game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, and it was a really good game. It was on a delay, 3 delays, and it was a really good game. So we actually really enjoyed the game. It was a lot of fun, actually. A lot of fun.
And we will talk about World Baseball Classic later, because we're going to wait for Mr. Profit to show up to talk about his experience at Houston, and then we'll get into the games on that. I got some more questions that now come in. Hold on. So why not at least tailgate before?
Aren't you out your mind? Because hell no, it's listen, and I'm Beathorn where it is insanity. Like, you're talking hours of waiting in a car. I was not about to do that. But I'll give you my thoughts on that, because there was a lot going on there. But yeah, no. No, we good.
Is that the Hiram Bidhorn Stadium?
Hiram Bidhorn, I hate you right
now. Sorry. Who, me?
Yeah, it's Idan Bithorn, and you know it too.
No, that thing is Hiram Bidhorn.
Staying out of that. Staying out of that.
This is why I'm not allowed in Puerto Rico.
And then Phil's asking, how many delays did you have to go with in total at the game?
The Panama Canada was 3. The one game last night was 1. But you got to remember, we're in Puerto Rico. We're a tropical island, right? So like, rain delays that's a normal thing. It rains for like 10, 15 minutes, and you just got to wait it out. That's how it happens.
It's called patience.
No, pretty much. But you did get to see some of it. You did get to see a game at least, so we can. Glad that you're able to do that. All right. So before we get into NFL talk, before we get into World Baseball Classic, we do have some new alternates to go over. So we have 2 of them that unveiled today. And our first one, did you guys know today was National Ranch Day? Because I didn't.
Nope.
But our friends at the Tulsa Drillers did, with the Ranch Dippers. And usually, you have a slice of pizza on a logo. Really good sign.
That looks like a kid's cartoon.
I mean, you said you like the cartoony logo, so that's kind of like up your alley, really.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
And of course, Mr. Beeson, you will not be dying alone on that hill, because I will be there with you. I am not a ranch person. It is just one of those things I do not understand, even the concept of it. But I know people that live and die by it.
Well, I like ranch. I just don't dip my pizza in it.
I believe that's a Midwestern thing.
Oh, no, it's a Southern thing too.
Yeah.
Really? The dipping the pizza?
My daughter does that all the time.
Yeah. And by the way, where I'm from, that it's not just called ranch, it's ranch.
I was trying to keep the Southern inflection as low as possible.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. It is ranch. Excuse me.
I do like that they did unveil this at Mazio's, which is a place that I have luckily have been to. So
And well, we used to go to Mazzio's growing up when I was growing up where I used to live.
Mhm.
And
Hey,
so I'm not.
just really quick, guys. I'm going to be dropping off here, so I just want you guys to know we're going to be getting on pretty soon here. So have a good show. I'm still deciding on this ranch one. So, but have a good show, guys. I gotta get going.
We know you hate it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
No. So you don't like ranch in any with anything
No. No,
okay.
I do not like ranch, and that's time from a lack of trying.
Well, you're still the GOAT. It doesn't matter. You're
I
still the
appreciate
GOAT.
that.
No, but what do you think of the logo? What are your thoughts on it?
I like the logo. It is. I wouldn't say. I mean, it's not one of the. I feel like it's a hat that's kind of breaks out from the local area that a lot of the hats have been kind of falling into, because, like you said, I did not realize it was kind of a southern thing too. I strictly put this towards the Midwest, but it's a regional thing. But I feel like it's something that people could enjoy.
And maybe it was because of the taste of the pizza, but in school, people used to put their cafeteria pizza, and they used to get the little ranch cups and dip their school pizza into the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And see, like I've never done that before, so I would have never thought about that. But
don't worry.
Done that.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't either.
So they do have some merchandise, so we're gonna go hop on there.
Okay.
It's probably gonna have like 50 tabs open for stuff we're gonna talk about and make sure we're gonna get the right ones. So I will go ahead and just point out this shirt here. I can see that being very popular for people.
Dunk, drizzle, devour. Yeah, Phil, you were exactly right, my friend. Rectangular school pizza. That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. The only place where you're going to get rectangular pizza, well, I mean, I guess Detroit style is square. But,
Detroit style, yeah.
Yeah, but the first time I ever saw rectangular pizza was in school.
Yeah, they're really embracing. I mean, that's really, they have some really good merch here for this. Now, as of right now, $47. So I don't know about that.
$47.
$47. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of all white hats, but this one I kind of have to give a pass to because I feel like it works. Although if they do have a green version of that later too, I can see myself buying this one, even though I'm not a big ranch person.
Yeah.
But I've already sent it to a few of my friends who are big ranch people, and I'm pretty sure one of them's already bought it.
Yeah, I have not. Maybe in time. I don't know. There's a few others that have come out that I like in front of this one, so I'm sure Zach Beeson's already bought it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it looks like okay, no, it's not the same. For some reason, I was thinking that Akron had a color scheme with one like this, but I can't remember who that was. I thought it was the white French, but I just looked that up, and that was not.
No, it was blue. That was blue and red.
Yeah, blue and red.
I'll tell you who does have a color scheme like this, or they did. Two teams that I'm thinking of, not in affiliated minor league baseball though. Marshall, has a color scheme like this, and also, I don't know if they will in coming back, but the West Virginia Miners had a hat that was like, not with that logo, but like with a white top and with the Kelly green bill. So yeah. the West Virginia Miners had that too.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that, for some reason, it was reminding me of another food identity, and that's why I was blanking on that.
The colors or the logo?
The colors.
Trying to think.
Well, Kinston collard greens.
Got it.
That's what it was. Yeah, it reminds me of collard greens a little bit, but yeah, honestly,
Wasn't
I like this one.
that
Will I get it when I go to Tulsa? Probably.
so Tulsa's still on? Cool. If you
It's not. It's not
if you
on.
go, okay.
It's
If you
not
go,
on. Yeah.
if you go, this could be something that's on the table.
This could be something that's on the table. Yes.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, I will say Tulsa right now is still tentatively on, but looking like it may be losing more and more steam, sadly. But we will talk about that a little bit later.
Ooh, a hailstorm at your house. Stay safe, man.
Dang, definitely stay safe. So the other one that was unveiled today was a brand new Copa. At first, I was upset because I thought it was replacing the Diamantes, and then I realized that was the wrong Arkansas team. So this is the Northwest Arkansas we're talking about.
And which one did they have before? Did they have a Copa before?
I'm glad you asked that question. I actually have that ready because I asked that question myself later.
And I just can't remember off the top of my head. I'm just
we'll pull up
Las Bicicletas.
Glad you pronounced that because I was not going to take a shot at that. So this is their new Copa that they're debuting, and I like this one a lot.
I love it. And honestly, I like this is maybe unpopular. I like the designs on the outside of the brim. It's a little different.
It's different. That is when I first saw that, it kind of made me feel like it was almost a Christmas hat, like Christmas garland in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't look at it like close enough, you look at it just kind of quick. That's what my first thought was. But after looking at it a lot more, I do like this one. I think this will be a good one in my opinion.
So I like that it's green. First of all, now if this were you, when you first look at this logo, does it scream Arby's to you?
No, this does not have me scream Arby's.
Well, because I'm wondering why Arby's is sponsoring this.
Well, maybe like Arby's, this mascot also has the meats.
Oh, I see what you did there. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, I like this one. Now, we did ask before, and we'll go into that. I think they have some. No, they don't actually have anything in the store yet to show off. They only have this hat. But yeah, I think this is definitely a good Copa. Do I think it's is this real? This is the second Copa debut that's been out for 2026.
There's been another one. I guess I missed it.
Hill City. I think wasn't the Hill City one technically?
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so this is the second one that's been out so far, and honestly, this one's definitely better than the Hill City one. I don't think we have to even judge on that. Like
night and day.
But the question was asked, is this Northwest Arkansas's first Copa? And the answer to that is no, they did have another one. And I have a feeling either it was going to be asked about or I was going to have it ready just in case. This is what they had before.
That's right, Naturales. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, a huge improvement.
Yeah, I think it's huge improvement on the name itself. It's not just the Naturals. Right. I didn't hate the logo. I thought that logo was nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, like last year, and I should have known this because I actually have one of those hats. The first year they did this, they actually used the logo up top. But then when they made the change last year, the past couple of years, they've only had the word mark Naturales on the hat. And it's a nice looking hat, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me with just ligature on it and just saying like the script. And all it just says is Naturales in that red, that cardinal red writing right there. And so I like that they, while the logo isn't bad here, I like what you said that they switched to something that was, better than just using the English name in Spanish and translating it to Spanish.
Yeah, agreed. So that's definitely a big improvement in my opinion. And like I said, from the merch, they only have the hat right now, so we won't can't really show much in there. Now, I did say that there were 2 of them that would debut today, and that is true. But there was another one that came out since before our last show that I almost forgot about. And then I was going through old text, and it just kind of hit me in the face. And this is not an affiliated team. We're going to have to go to Fargo for this one. For probably what I'm going to say, probably the best one so far out of any of the new ones. That, my friends, is the Fargo Wood Chippers.
That's a winner.
That's an absolute winner. Of course, I believe this is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the movie. So timely to do that on this one. This is one that I sent to multiple non-baseball friends to see what they would think, and they all absolutely love it. And that's how I gauge if the logo is going to be good or not.
Baseball? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So really, really love this one. Let me see if I can get some of the merch up. And honestly, yeah, let me see.
You think if you click on that,
it's on another page.
Okay. You know what I did? I Googled I'm trying to remember. I think I did like Fargo Wood Chippers merch or something like that, or Red Hawks merch, Fargo Moorhead Red Hawks merch, and it's on the same website as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, don't tell me how to do my job. I do this better than you.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. Now, based on the sizing, am I right in saying that's probably a Richardson hat? Based on the sizing?
Let me see if it says down here what it could be, because when I see that sizing, I think Zephyr.
Did Zephyr go back to that now? I thought that they went to single sizing. Did they go back to the double?
Most of my Zephyr hats aren't single sizing, so at least it says Richardson right here. You're right.
Okay, because I was going off of the sizing scheme, and I'm like, I know that most teams only do the 2 sizes of the small, medium, and then large / extra large, but now they've got an extra small / small. So, that's going to be a solid hat. That may be one I think I need to pick up at some point.
I do like this. I would even just take a hat with just this portion of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I like the colors. I think that, even if I didn't know it was from the movie, I just like the logo itself. I like the fact that the baseball player's in it. And, it's really creative. I think it's certainly one of the big winners so far. And I'm going to be honest, I like this so much better than their actual logo, because the Fargo Moorhead Red Hawks doesn't do a whole lot for me as a logo, but this one is outstanding.
Well, it's also one of the older established logos, if you think about it from that level.
It is, and they've got a lot of success behind that logo, so I know why they don't change it. It's just this is so much fun.
Like the middle of nowhere trucker hat, middle of nowhere USA.
Love that.
Let's see what else we got here. See, there we go.
Got wood.
Just go ahead and just buy all this now.
Yeah. Well, Donnie needs to make his own line of shirts that says "Got money," and on the back it needs to say "I do." Do they call that a Marge hat? Is that what they call that?
They call it a Marge bomber hat. Yes.
I don't hate it. I mean, I have absolutely no use for that in Georgia, but
no, this would be a completely impractical thing to own in any of the southern states.
Yeah, but I can definitely see where you could wear it in Fargo.
Yes. Then the other Extreme Hazard shirt that they have.
Do I need to wear one of those around? Because I feel like I'm an Extreme Hazard.
Just your jokes.
Well, actually, could I just get one that says Eden Hazard on it?
I don't think I don't think Fargo is going to make a Eden Hazard shirt. I don't think so.
Well, it was worth a shot. Beeson knows what it is.
I'm about to say, I'll try to see what Fargo's. Now, if he signs for, Fargo FC or whatever Fargo's North Dakota's team is, FC Fargo, that answered that question, then maybe they'll do that. But I don't think now they would.
He can throw out the first pitch at a Red Hawks game.
He could. He could kick a first pitch at the Red Hawks game.
Ooh, I like that.
And then that's the other T-shirt.
Ooh. Does that say Ope?
Yes.
Just like the Madison Mallards Ope?
Oh, yeah.
Ope.
We got Darn Tootin', Don't You Know, Jesus, basically all the same.
Don't you know? Oh, geez.
So, and I just realized I was trying to figure out what this is. That this is the state outline for North Dakota and Minnesota right here.
Yep.
So I couldn't. When I first saw it from a distance, I couldn't understand what that was, and now I do. So I don't think Wisconsin's going to be good to be left out of that, but there's a reason why for that. So yeah, that's it for wood chippers. Yeah. Like I said, I think that's a absolutely great logo there.
By the way, since they're not on, I know that Ed and Eric hate it.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, and probably Donnie too. Chip dippers, ranch dippers, honey drippers. Is there no end to the dipping?
Yeah, there's too many dips. There's too many dipping logos.
Joe, it's the dipping culture. What can I say?
Just wait till they come out with the pig dippers next. See, there's too many of them.
Oh, listen, there's a certain soccer team I'm thinking of that I could say something about dippers, but I figure I'll save that for offline.
Are you talking about Tottenham Hotspur?
Well, that's one of them.
Mm. Yeah, if you saw their Champions League game today, that was not a good show. I mean, it was a good show if you didn't like Tottenham, but that's another story.
Yeah, no bueno. Well, bueno for me, but.
So that is it for our logos currently. I'm feeling I know the Clingstones are teasing something.
Mm-hmm. And so, I have a good feeling that I know it's related to soda of some sort because, not to spoil it, but the Coca-Cola formula was formed in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're going to play into that with something. It's just interesting that we might have two soda-related identities with teams this season, considering that Salt Lake's doing the dirty sodas.
That is kind of funny that it's right on the heels of each other.
And of course, we don't know yet. Let me catch myself. We don't know yet that's what Columbus is doing, but the teaser that they put out looked like it was done in a soda shop of some sort, or like in a diner. So it makes me think that that's what we're going to be dealing with. And then I know we didn't go over it, but it's not a new identity. But I think the Somerset Patriots also released another fitted hat from their suite of logos for the Jersey Diners.
Entertain the folks as I look at that.
Yeah. So, as you all know, with our friend Ryan Foose, who came up with the Jersey Diners logos, he came out with the entire suite of logos. So we've had the stack of pancakes with the baseball butter on top. We've seen obviously the cup of coffee itself, the main Diners logo. We've seen the state and eggs logo, and they've come out with two actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They've come out with two of them in the off season. There was I forget you're seeing what I'm talking about now. But
I'm about to show one of them right here.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this, Ryan Foose, as we all know, that man knows logos, and I tell you, he hits it out of the park every time.
So welcome to the Jersey Diner Disco Fries. Now, thanks to Lehigh Valley, I actually know what Disco Fries are because they were selling these.
Yep.
They were showing them at Lehigh Valley, but man,
And
that's
a great hat.
that's a great hat, absolutely.
And then there's another one too.
There is another one.
Yeah, there's
that.
Yeah,
we got
that one. Yeah,
the Happy Waitress.
Happy Waitress. And I'd be lying if I told you I knew what a Happy Waitress was, but I'm guessing it's a sandwich with bacon on it and maybe egg.
Yeah, let me search that real quick.
And am I wrong, or is that a baseball diamond on top?
Yeah, you can kind of make out the
bases. Yeah. See, it's the little things that Ryan does in his Easter eggs with his logos that I really love.
Yeah, Happy Waitress is a classic northeastern New Jersey open-faced sandwich featuring toasted bread topped with American cheese, sliced tomatoes, and crisp bacon.
Okay. Well, I love what he did on the top of that sandwich then. Because
it's like learn something new. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. So I saw that those came out as well, and just more. I think, and I say credit to the Somerset Patriots for utilizing all the logos that you have, and sustaining the Jersey Diners identity and kind of refreshing it every year by releasing different logos.
I do like that they have a logo that they can, push out. Not push out's the right word, but create more hats based off of that. Yep. I think that's a sign of a good alternate identity that you can continue still making different kinds of logos based off of it.
Yeah, and I think it just rather than having to invest in brand new ones every single year, it creates that sustainability. And while you don't want to get away from your Patriots brand, and I understand that because you want to keep your core brand exactly what it is, I think it's fun to diversify and keep that alternate identity to keep maybe another set of fans coming back to the ballpark every year.
Because, I agree with that.
Yeah, anyone that's been to New Jersey knows how much they love their diners. So I think it's great.
By the way, for those who are curious what's going on, Georgia Southern is beating Clemson right now at baseball 6-1. So Donnie's probably not going to be happy when he joins us, if he joins us.
Wait a minute. Not that I can talk after Sacramento State beat LSU in a 2 out of 3. But
yeah, we talked about that yesterday, actually.
But is this the same Georgia Southern that lost by 30-something runs to Georgia Tech?
Was that Georgia? Yes, that was the same Georgia Southern. Yeah, we talked with Sacramento State yesterday. We talked about that. Prior to that, they've only won one other series against St. Joseph's, and then everything else they've been completely destroyed, have been swept twice, and then they just beat LSU.
So my only comment on that is no excuses. Congratulations, Sacramento State.
Yeah, I was curious to see. Let's see how they do after that, and I think they're probably going to be swept for a while. Now they do play UCLA at some point, which is the number 1 ranked team in baseball right now. So watch them lose all their other series, but then beat UCLA because that's just college baseball things.
Well, how far down the ladder does LSU fall?
So
they're at 2.
LSU, the new rankings came out. They fell to 13th.
That's it.
That's it.
I thought they would have fallen further than that.
I mean, Phil said yesterday that really it only matters when you get to conference for that, and I kind of agree with that. But their first conference match series is at Vanderbilt, so I mean they probably need to get a lot of stuff right before.
Well, and the thing is with baseball, as you well know, all things are forgiven if you can at least get to Omaha. Now, in LSU's case, you expect to win in Omaha, but still, people are talking about it now, but they may not be talking about it if they can right the ship and and still be good enough to get to Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
That's an if, though. That's an if. That's not a given for sure.
Really, the true winners of that weekend was Florida, because Sacramento State beating a series in LSU hid the fact that High Point beat Florida in a series. Florida almost got split by High Point, so they're just kind of like, yeah, let's look at LSU, let's laugh at them, don't look over here.
Yeah, well, that's not I mean, I feel like Florida had the first upset of the season, or when they got beaten. Like that was like one of the first. I think it was the first game of their season they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is Florida's coach still out on extended leave?
I think he's back.
Is he back? Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. I mean, not that you may be asking, what does that have to do with the price of eggs? But I was just, I remember he was on an extended leave of absence.
But also, since we've talked about that, it is currently Creighton 2, LSU 1.
Great. Go Tigers.
Man. If they, I know they probably won't because, Tuesday games tend to be not as weird sometimes, but if they lose to Creighton before a Vanderbilt series, you really got to start asking questions.
Well, the one thing I don't want them to do is I don't want them to be hasty and fire the baseball coach.
I don't think they would.
Like Jay Johnson is already, to me, he's built up credibility in the bank. I mean, I know that doesn't mean anything in college sports or in sports anymore, but I mean, the man's won two College World Series in 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to do better than that? It's just, so I hope the administration doesn't do something ill-advised. Is it a good start to the season? No, obviously not. But I don't think anyone knows that better than Coach Johnson. So,
you think a level-headed school like LSU would make rash decisions and knee-jerk reactions?
No, because they made a level-headed hire with Lane Kiffin. He said with a straight face.
Someone will say some kind of headed. I don't know about level.
Yeah, he said with a straight face.
Another upset that happened today in baseball. Number 10, North Carolina State loses at home to Elon University 2-0.
The same Elon that's going to be consolidating with Queens?
Yes, that same Elon, which is weird because they are nowhere near each other. They're in the same state, but that's about it. Now with Queens, of course, Queens did make the NCAA tournament this year. And we're kind of, I was telling Donnie yesterday, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with the athletic departments, because I've heard stories or rumors that they're going to be the same university, but they're going to have split departments. Like you're still going to have Elon as Elon Phoenix, you're going to have Queens as Queens Royals. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe Queens will not exist next year. We'll see.
As long as they don't turn into like Elon University and Musk University, we're going to be okay.
Musketeers was right there, and you didn't take it, man.
That would mean I was creative. That would mean I was creative, Virgil.
So let's talk about some of the NFL free agents, either signings or new contracts. Considering it's just two of us right now, I'm going to focus more on. There's one I do want to talk to you about because I'm kind of curious on your opinion on this one. And that is the contract that Alec Pierce got with the Colts. I know, and like I said, I had Pierce on fantasy, so I know how good he was, a good deep threat. But doesn't that seem a little over? He's not like one of the highest paid receivers, and I'm kind of what?
No, go ahead, finish up.
And unless this is kind of signifying he's going to be the new wide receiver one, because I mean he had a great connection with Leonard, and I would say also Daniel Jones. I think he was probably the most reliable receiver. Patrick, I mean you follow the Colts, so you probably know more about that than I do. But what do you think about this?
I think it was a massive overpay. I think, and I like Alec Pierce as well. By the way, nice polo, go Pokes. It's the largest free agent contract ever given to a wide receiver in NFL history. So now there's been extensions, obviously, that have been more than that, but I think it's the largest free agent contract for a wide receiver in NFL history. I don't think he's of that level. Like I was going to be comfortable losing him because I think that a lot of times in drafts, wide receiver depth is deep enough to where you can get what I consider him to be like a 2 to 3 option. I I've always considered Michael Pittman Jr. to be the number one receiver because he got paid wide receiver one money a couple years ago. So I was a little surprised that they're paying wide receiver one money to Alec Pierce, because to me, Alec Pierce is more of a deep threat, and he's one of the best deep threats in the NFL. But he's not the guy that's going to get you 11 catches most of the time. He's like a 3 to 4 catch guy for 100 yards. So to me, he's more like what I always call like what a Deshaun Jackson used to be, in terms of he's got speed. He's your deep threat. He's your deep ball threat. So I think there's a better use of funds that they could have used. I'm glad he's back. I mean, because you know what you get with Alec Pierce, but after the transition tag with Daniel Jones and what you're paying, out the nose for this contract, I don't think you've let yourself a lot of flexibility to make the team better. That's just my personal opinion. And then I know they're trying to get younger and faster on defense, but to lose a tackle machine like Zaire Franklin and trade him to Green Bay, I'm a little worried about the defense, if I'm honest. So we'll see what happens. But to me, it's a big overpay.
Well, since you brought that one up, I was going to ask, where do you see the needs now for the Colts? But you can say offensive and defensively.
I still think we need a little bit more depth at receiver. I'm still not comfortable. I'm not completely comfortable with the secondary yet, even though we paid Sauce Gardner $100 million too. I think we need linebacker help now that we don't have Zaire Franklin. They say we want to get younger and faster, but I'm more worried about having quality across the line. Hopefully DeForest Buckner comes back healthy, but he's getting older. He's another year older, and I'd like to see some offensive line help because while it was better than advertised last year, I still think we're a little thin on the offensive line. So I'd like to see some investments made there too, because if you can't protect Daniel Jones again, he's going to get hurt again. So the reason he was successful last season is because he had a little bit of protection, but coming back from injury and you're going to put that transition tag on him, you're going to need to protect him again. So I think you need some depth there along the offensive line.
Since you live in Atlanta, I do need to ask about this one too.
Yeah,
Tua going to the Falcons.
Yeah, it's interesting move, I guess. Did they finally release Kirk Cousins?
That's a very good question. I do not know.
Because wasn't he due like a March roster bonus of some sort? And that was the whole big thing about whether or not to release him. Because, I don't know, 2 injury-prone quarterbacks, in the quarterback room with Penix and Tua.
So 2 weeks ago, it says Falcons to release Kirk Cousins on March 11th, so tomorrow.
Okay, so because they obviously wouldn't have signed Tua if they didn't have plans to release Kirk Cousins. That would have made no sense whatsoever.
No.
So it looks like we're going to have Tua and Michael Penix Jr. But I don't mean this to make fun of it. I'm just saying that Tua is one concussion away from being injured again. And Michael Penix, how much do those ACLs have left in them? I mean, he's torn at least each ACL at least once. I know one of them, I think it's his right one, that he's torn twice. So I think they're taking a risk by bringing in Tua. I really do. It's nothing against Tua. I just think, there's a reason that Miami is willing to take like a $90 million cap hit to get out of that contract. So from the Falcons' perspective, I guess it's a low risk. I don't know what the terms were on that contract, but it's a 1-year deal. You're going to take a flyer and see if you can buy low with him and get sky high results. I don't see it happening, but I guess we'll see.
Now, of course, the one that we were probably going to be talking about, probably not the most, but definitely a notable one, was going to be the Ravens trading for Max Crosby. Well, that did not happen. Apparently, after the physical, Ravens just noped out, which I think kind of made sense because I was thinking about they really didn't need him defensively. I feel like their problems are more offensive than defensive. Because once they got a lot of players back there, their defense was actually pretty good.
Yep.
So, we talked about Pittman for a little bit, but we didn't really go too much into it. We were talking about Pierce's deal mostly, but talk about Pittman for a little bit.
Did we actually lose Pittman? I didn't realize that. Did they trade him?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize they traded Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah, when you said Pittman, I thought you knew. That's why. Yeah, Pittman got traded to the Steelers.
Ooh, good pickup for Pittsburgh. I hate to lose Michael Pittman. I think he's a good wide receiver. Now it makes sense why they gave Alec Pierce wide receiver 1 money. So because I didn't understand the $116 million to Pierce when you were already paying a lot of money to Pittman. But yeah, I hate to lose Pittman. I can only guess that maybe. They're already paying Taylor a lot of money, which is deserved, but I guess they just chose Pierce over Pittman. I don't know. Yeah, so Mike, to answer your question, I hate to lose him, but happy for you that you get him. I think you're getting a really good player. He's not someone that's going to get you 10 to 11 receptions every week, but did you get Rico Dowdle?
See, yeah, I saw that one, and I'm like, why are they doing that? They've already got 2 good, and then I saw Gainwell got moved to where did Gainwell go? Not Arizona.
Was Gainwell a free agent?
I think he was. I'm trying to remember where Gainwell went. Was it Tampa Bay?
Well, that's interesting because they had Bucky Irving and Rashad White.
Yeah. Gainwell went to Tampa Bay.
I wonder if Rashad White was a free agent. Rashad might have been a free agent because Bucky Irving would still be in his rookie contract.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Steelers needed the Steelers needed another wide receiver, like to go along with what's his name was in Seattle, and then went to. What's his name? Mike, help me out here. Who's your number 1 wide receiver?
Are you talking about DK Metcalf?
Yes, that's the one. So, man, I'm just on fire tonight with knowing all these names.
If you have 10 in your hat for fire.
Well, but I think giving Metcalf someone like Pittman is going to take maybe double coverage off of someone like Metcalf, and it's going to give him a chance to, get more open looks, hopefully, or more targets. I think it helps both of them. I think Pittman, will get that too. So to have that double threat, because I don't think that, with all due respect, I don't think Austin and some of the other wide receivers, or we're scaring opposing defenses. So I think it's a good pickup because I think the Steelers needed wide receiver help. But I hate to lose him in Indy because I like Pittman.
So who does that leave for wide receivers now for the Colts?
Let's see if I can do this. There's Ashton Doolin. There's Alec Pierce. There's what's his name? We have a couple guys that stepped up this year. You may have to pull up the depth chart because I'm trying to remember who it is. Because there's Doolin, there's Pierce, there's Josh Downs. Josh Downs.
That was one I'm forgetting about.
So I think Josh Downs stepping up in the way that he has probably made Pittman more expendable because other than Alec Pierce, Josh Downs was another favorite target of the season of Daniel Jones. So the thing is, and I think because Josh Downs is coming up toward the end of his rookie contract, maybe they were thinking we can't keep all these guys, so we're going to have to, move somebody on, and you're going to have to make choices. So if it wasn't Pierce moving on, I think you had to move Pittman, because I think Josh Downs is going to get paid by somebody if it's not Indy. So Josh Downs is a great slot receiver, and I think he's going to get paid when he gets the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So because people forget that before Daniel Jones got hurt, we had the Colts had the number 1 ranked offense in the NFL. So for what, 8 weeks or whatever it was. So obviously having a quarterback is really important, but having someone like Downs and I think that having someone like Downs and Pierce means that you're still. I think they're trying to get younger and faster in on both offense and defense. So I think that's probably why you keep Downs and Pierce over Pittman. That's just my guess.
That makes sense. Talk about with Rico going to the Steelers. I'm kind of curious if it's going to be more of a split role with Warren like it was with Gainwell, or they're going to try to have them more in situational scenarios. That's kind of almost redundant, but I'm hoping it's going to help take the load off of Warren, because I know they kind of worked him last year and he did get injured a little bit. But but that, and then adding you just said his name. Oh, adding Pittman, that's definitely going to help Steelers. It's going to give Mason Rudolph a lot of good weapons to use.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Go Pokes.
Go Pokes. And that, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a new OC for Pittsburgh also. So, yeah, I'll be curious what that team looks like.
Well, I mean, we're going into a Mike McCarthy offense with obviously Mason Rudolph being the starting quarterback, because I mean, who else would it be? Not like they're going to sign a veteran quarterback or anything, but whoever the starting quarterback is, it gives them some weapons. Because I remember there were games last season when Metcalf got injured, and it was like who's who of wide receivers, and it's like, no, really, who are they? So so Mike, what do you think of the moves? I guess, I mean, as a Steelers fan, do you have some hope for this for next season, or are you questioning the moves? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm hoping that offensive game plan is in our future. I mean, that's a good start.
Yep. Well, I was going to say that would be a start. Yeah. So at least the Rudy family is making some moves. I mean, they and Mike, you know this better than anybody. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not a rebuilding organization. They don't do rebuilding. They're making moves to win each year. Now, whether they win or not is a different story, but I think the intention of the Rooney family is, they don't expect to, they're not going to tank and rebuild. They're going to try to find the pieces they think that they need to win. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but they're at least going to try it. So I don't know if you agree with that. I don't know if you agree with that. I know that Steelers fans haven't been happy the last couple of years, and I don't blame them. But yeah.
So another Falcons player that I had a feeling was going to move, and I'm not sure about his situation, where he went to, Tyler Algier going to the Cardinals. Now, one of the things, Algier has been the backup for Bijan Robinson, and has really been stealing, he's been stealing touchdowns from him if, you have to deal with him in fantasy. But there was always, I remember it was either someone on the coaching staff at the time was saying that they had 2 starters, basically, and Algier is that good. I'm looking forward to see what he does on his own, kind of, because I think with Arizona, I mean, there was running back by committee. I know Trey Benson was out. That could be a problem with that, but I think that's a really good pickup for them.
I agree with you. You used exactly the term I was going to use about running back by committee. And you want to know where that committee ended up? In the injury tent, because they couldn't keep anybody healthy.
Right.
In their running back room. I mean, you could pick up, what was it? It wasn't Michael Carter's the wide receiver, right?
Yes, Carter was a wide receiver.
Yeah. So, but
or was
like
it
they
Wilson?
had, no, it was Carter, I think.
Carter. Okay.
Yeah, I think, because Benson's the tight end, right?
No, tight end's McBride. Are you talking about for?
Sorry, Trey McBride. Trey
Yeah, Trey
McBride.
McBride is the tight end.
So I can't remember all, but there was Day Mercado. There was, I feel like there was a Carter at running back too, but there was also
a Michael Carter.
Maybe that's what it was, but there was also Bam something, and Bam Knight, I think his name was. Yeah, and so every week they'd have a different starter, and you're like, who's the featured back for the Cardinals? And I never knew who it was. So I think to have a featured back like Algier, who deserves to get an opportunity because he always maximized his play in Atlanta. So I'm with you. I'm excited to see what he does in Arizona, and to actually have a competent, and we'll see if he has a competent coach in Arizona or not. He can't be any worse than Jonathan Gannon. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like nothing can be worse than Jonathan Gannon, but we'll find out there. But of course, one of the bigger ones that people are talking about, and I'm shocked they actually did this one, because usually Kansas City does not, answer their needs. The needs that they need. Kenneth Walker going to Kansas City.
So that's a game changer for Kansas City.
Absolutely is. Of course, they shipped off Pacheco to Detroit right after that, just to give you an idea where he is ending up. So I don't know what that means, if Kareem Hunt's basically the second one, or if they're trying. I know they have a rookie, but I can't remember his name either. But Walker going to Kansas City. I'd like to know your thoughts on this, because I do have some thoughts on this one.
Well, you covered it. You covered it when you first brought this up. I was shocked that Kansas City actually address their needs, because if there was one glaring spot that they needed help, it was at the running back position, because other than Pacheco has been injury prone for the last 3 or 4 years, ever since he had a breakout season.
Didn't he took over this year.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, was a first round, with I think he was a first round pick, back in 2020 or whatever it was. And then he had a pretty good rookie season. Then he went missing. Kareem Hunt, to his credit, has had to be the one to pick up the pieces for the last couple of years. But Kareem Hunt is not exactly in his prime as a player in the NFL at this point. He's a touchdown hawk. I mean, he'll get you goal line touchdowns, but you need someone on first and second down that's going to get the ball into a good position. And to me, Kareem Hunt's not that player anymore.
Funny enough, he was the best receiving running back that they had.
Well, that's good, because they needed help, because their wide receiving core did nothing last year.
Right.
Part of that was injury, but some of it was run-ins with the law. But they needed someone. They needed some help, because with an underperforming tight end in Travis Kelce,
who's also coming back.
Who's also coming back. I think you needed some more balance in the offense, because if you could just double team Kelce, or make life difficult for Rashee Rice when he was playing, or Xavier Worthy, you pretty much had the Chiefs figured out, because you weren't really worried about the running game. With Walker coming in, I think that completely changes it. That adds a lot of balance to that offense. And Pat Mahomes, when he's healthy to come back, he's listening to all the chirping that's going on, and that the Chiefs are done. And Kelce's, I think Kelce was talking about that today on the McAfee show, and he's like, Pat's listening, and he's going to try to answer the critics in his own way. And I think that he quietly, when he was healthy, Mahomes played well, despite not having a whole lot around him last season, because the Chiefs were not a good team. And he couldn't do it himself. So I think Walker's a smart signing. I think, credit to Clark Hunt and and his family for, identifying one of the best players, period, on the free agent market, and locking him up really early.
Yeah, with Walker, it's I know there were frustrations this year with him about if you really kind of look at his yardage, yes, he did over half a 1,000, but he kind of a down year because he had a lot of splits with Charbonnet. It turned there was rumors that the reason why for that was because to preserve his health because he has been injured the past few years, and this year they pretty much let him loose in the playoffs. After that, that's when you kind of realize, oh, how good he really is. I'd be curious if he can continue that success with Kansas City. I feel like you're still going to need a reliable backup just to help alleviate some of the pressure off of him because you don't want to have somebody like him who's got a little injury history. You don't want to have somebody like that injured.
I agree with you. I think in his mind, he needed to feel like he was the number one option to feel that value. Not that he felt like underappreciated by Seattle, but like you said, it's not the exact same situation. But I feel like there's some parallels with the Atlanta situation, where Algier didn't want to be. Well, sorry, actually, better yet, it was probably more like David Montgomery in Detroit. David Montgomery didn't want to be just sharing carries with Jahmyr Gibbs. He wanted to be the featured back again, which is sort of what he was in Chicago. And he got a lot of looks in previous years in Detroit. Mm-hmm. I think Walker too, just, he's like, I showed you in the playoffs what I can do, and I can be a number one option. And while I love Zach Charbonnet as a friend, I want to be the number one guy and show you that I can handle the load. So he's like, and I want to be paid accordingly. So I think he's going to get that chance in Kansas City. And like you said, it's going to be interesting to see if he stays healthy and see if he can answer that call.
I agree. Other notable signings that we'll have to get a few other people's opinions on when they get here. Isaiah Likely going from Baltimore to New York Giants. I think that's a great move for Giants. Because
I worry for the Ravens. Yeah, I worry for the Ravens because Mark Andrews is not getting any younger. And, I know he suffered a little bit because Isaiah Likely came on the scene, but Mark Andrews is what on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah, and funny enough, him, Likely, and Kolar both moved on from the Ravens. So
I didn't realize Kolar moved on as well. Wow.
Yeah, he went to the Chargers.
Ooh, okay. Well, so, not to confuse Mark Andrews with the legend known as Mandrews, but yeah, Mark Andrews, I think you're putting a lot of pressure on him to perform, and he's not been the same tight end in the last 2 to 3 years that he was prior. I don't know if that's only because of the presence of Likely and Kolar, but now it puts the onus squarely back on him. I mean, yes, you have Zay Flowers and you've got Derrick Henry and other people like that, but for tight end play, you're putting it right back on Mark Andrews.
Right. Other notable ones, we do have crap, I just lost my place. See, I blink and I missed it. Mike Evans going to San Francisco. We did talk about this one a little bit yesterday. I think this is a fantastic grab for San Francisco. I cannot name one. I don't think any of their receivers this year were fully healthy.
Brandon Ayuk got that big contract and didn't play a snap.
Didn't even play a snap. You had Persall that was out. Juwan Jennings missed a good portion. He came back. It's funny to think that even Kittle, tight end, but Kittle was out. It's funny thinking that their healthiest player this year that wasn't a quarterback was McCaffrey. And usually that doesn't happen. So
usually he's the injury risk.
Yeah. And yes, Mike Evans is a often hurt wide receiver. That part is true too. But now they have more receivers to work with.
But he's a future. I mean, let's face it. At least in my mind, Mike Evans is a future Hall of Famer. And no disrespect to this player, but when you're the 49ers and you're fielding Sky Moore, whose specialty is probably more kick returns than being an out-and-out wide receiver or like a top 2 wide receiving option. No disrespect to Sky Moore. You have to be good to play any role in the NFL. But that's not probably the first person I would be thinking of to have as one of my either my 1 or 2 option for my football team. That's just me.
So speaking of 49ers, since you're here, Patrick, I'm going to ask you a question that Mike asked me because of something that Donnie said. But before that, Lichtenberg, good to see you here. And the funny thing is, even when they weren't healthy, they still had to be looked out for. I mean, they still made the playoffs with that wide receiving core. So, I mean.
Well, I mean, we saw that. I always forget his name, but the backup to George Kittle at
George, is it Tongas?
Tongas. Yes, Tongas. Yeah. That's the one. So, I mean, they have other guys that have stepped up. What did Mike ask?
So Mike asked me yesterday that to basically see if Donnie was okay, because Donnie said that Brock Purdy was a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. So we did a comparison of the two, and I gave my opinion. Donnie gave his opinion. I want to hear your opinion.
So Mike said that Brock Purdy is better than Baker Mayfield?
No, Donnie said that, and Mr. Garrell did not agree.
Can I ask you? Are you going to wait to give your opinion until I give mine?
I've already given mine on Monday.
What did you say, if you don't mind me asking?
I said that Purdy is more consistent of the two, but the only knock you can say is that Baker Mayfield will win you games, but Brock Purdy will lose you games. Because when Brock Purdy is bad, he can be really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to ignore the first 4 or 5 years of Baker's career. You know, I mean, I think he's a better quarterback now than when he first came into the league. But if I'm basing on an entire body of work, I'm still going to edge Brock Purdy over Baker Mayfield. Again, that's our entire body of work. I think in terms of health, you're going to take Baker over Brock. But I really think before last year, Brock Purdy, was punching above his weight, and showed he can. Yeah, and so he could lead an offense. I think part of Brock Purdy's problem this year is that he didn't have the weapons that he needed. But even when he came back and got it worked out, he was fine. I mean, he even had bad games this year, and they still had, a great record, going into the playoffs. It's just by the time they got back to the playoffs, they just had nothing left. I mean, what little help they had was all injured. So you had Tongas as one of the top two options. I mean, Jennings was out, Ayuk was out. It was basically McCaffrey or bust. And then with Tongas sprinkled in there. So yeah, of the two, I'd probably edge Brock Purdy on entire body of work.
That's what Garrell said. And also, don't forget, Baker Mayfield did go to Oklahoma, so he does lose a few points there.
Yeah, he does. Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Yeah. Now, if we were talking Brandon Whedon or Brock Purdy.
No, okay. we already know the answer to that. Don't do that.
Okay, my bad.
If we're comparing college careers, we could talk, but we ain't doing pro careers. We already know who wins that one.
Well, obviously, Brandon Whedon.
You're trying to get kicked off the show, and there's two people on here. Travis Etienne going from the Jaguars to the Saints really surprised me. That pretty much tells me the Alvin Kamara experience is now done.
Yeah, well, but I'm trying to think about it from the Jaguars' perspective. Does this mean that that Baishul Tootin is going to be the top back?
Either that, or they got somebody else in mind. Or maybe they've realized that their best running back is Trevor Lawrence.
Well, possibly, or they're going all in on receivers. Because I know they picked up Jacoby Myers, and Travis Hunter is still convinced he's going to be a wide receiver, and Are they moving him exclusively to wide receiver for this coming season, or were they moving him to defense?
I thought they were moving him to defense, but let me
That's
check.
what I thought.
Because I think the reason why they brought in Myers was to alleviate some of the workload off of Hunter.
Well, and then you had no names are coming to me today. You had the emergence of that other wide receiver in Jacksonville too, Parker Washington. So Christian Kirkston Houston now, isn't he?
He is free agent. He's not been picked up by anybody yet, so he's free agent. But yes, he's in Houston.
Yeah, okay, because Brian Thomas Jr. That's what I'm thinking of.
Who had a down year this year?
He did have a down year, but he has the ability to have a rebound year.
Agreed.
So and Liam Cohen is a good offensive mind. So but I think they lose a little bit with ETN, but ETN also had problems staying healthy. So so maybe I know that they were high on Baishul Tootin. So maybe this is a chance for him to prove it. Maybe he'll have a surprise people and have a Bucky Irving type year like Bucky had in his rookie year. Obviously not last year because he got injured, but maybe they're hoping to catch lightning in the bottle with Baishul Tootin.
Yeah,
and maybe count on that. I don't know what their cap flexibility is like or lack thereof, but maybe trusting in a rookie contract to try to get similar production and investing that in other areas of need. So just a guess.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Definitely want to see how that pans out. I am curious what the Jags are going to do running back wise. I don't know if they're going to try to, because Tootin I wouldn't say Tootin had a terrible year, but he's also been injured a lot. So he's not. He was
really utilized.
Yeah.
He was another one that would sort of sometimes be a touch, like a touchdown hawk in terms of being used at the goal line, but he has the ability to catch the ball too. He's got good hands.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to utilize that in the offense. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Jaguars after the great year they just had, to see if they can replicate that.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to draft probably a running back in the first round, possibly. I don't know, but to have him go and not have a suitable. I mean, they didn't trade him or anything. He left on his own accord, but it's just kind of, I don't know. Yeah. I was already picturing seeing him as a Jack next year.
Well, and ETN, I can understand the Saints move because I know he's from Louisiana and he wanted to be, probably wanted to be closer to home, I would imagine. So, so I can understand the New Orleans move for him. Plus, you've got a young offensive mind in Kellen Moore is it Tyler Shuck? Is that his name?
That's the Saints, yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler Shuck kind of had a good end of the year there, and like you said, the Alvin Kamara experiment's over, obviously. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in New Orleans next year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they'll be definitely more improved. Wan'Dale Robinson going from New York to Titans, I think that would say definitely a good pickup for them. Well, of course, Robinson did start most of the games after Neighbors went down. So
that's a great move for Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, Titans picked up somebody else too that I was kind of like, oh, that's not a really bad fit. That's a good fit for them. I know they picked up Bellinger, the tight end, also from Giants.
Listen, they needed bodies on that offense because that offense had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of their marquee signings a couple years ago was Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
So,
and even picking up Trubisky as a backup, I think that's not a bad pickup for them.
They picked up the legend known as Mitch Trubisky as a backup?
Yes.
Well, the Titans are Super Bowl or bust then.
Let's not go that far. Of course, we did have some Green Bay moves also. I don't think Eric will be joining us, so we will not get his opinion on that. Of course, that is Malik Willis going to the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, Eric's already here.
I'm sorry, you're right. Eric is here. My bad.
Yep.
Malik Will's going to the Dolphins. He did. We have to give him props. He did call that one way early in advance. So
and I'll give him credit because I'm the one that said I'm gonna stick to my word. The scenario that I was pushing was the Pittsburgh one. So Miami was a good call, and so it makes sense. So credit to Eric for doing that. I'll give him credit. I'll begrudgingly give him credit.
And then the other one, which I'm kind of excited for him, but Romeo Doubs going to the Patriots.
Oh, and basically, do we think that's a Stephon Diggs replacement? Essentially,
that's gotta be. That's that thing in my opinion. That's a straight Diggs replacement. Honestly, I think he's better than Diggs.
Well, I think that we haven't seen all that Romeo Doubs can do because Jordan Love spreads the ball around so much on the offense. I mean, there was always 100 names around there. I mean, there was Dobbs, there was Christian Watson, there was Tucker Kraft, there was Luke Musgrave, there was Chris Brooks. Yeah, and then what's his name? Reed.
Yeah,
Jalen Reed or whatever it is. So I mean, they had a wealth of options. Matthew Golden.
I forgot about Golden. That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, and Jordan Love spreads the ball around to all of his receivers. So I don't think you really had a chance to see what. And then Wicks is the other one. So just so many options in Green Bay. So I don't think you've gotten to see what happens with Romeo Doubs if he gets the requisite number of targets that he might get in New England. I think he's going to get a lot more looks, and he gets a chance to really show what he's about. Yeah, Eric, I haven't seen anything with the Vikings. I mean, I've not been following the free agent tracker since Monday, but I haven't seen what they've done.
Vikings have only signed one. Signed James Pierre from Steelers. That's really been it from them.
Oof. Okay.
But we talked about Super Bowl. We talked about Super Bowl, favorites and all that for next year. For me, the signing that made this team a Super Bowl, Super Bowl probably just go ahead and place them in there. Carolina Panthers signing Kenny Pickett. I mean, come on.
Well, it's like I said, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it's going to be the Pits.
I'll see you guys later. I don't want to do this anymore. No. But, there's also we talk about there are some great signings. There were some great trades that were made. And then there were some trades that were made, and you're kind of wondering, what year are we in? And that is Geno Smith going back to the Jets.
Even nice guy Terry McCutcheon's going to log off after that joke. I'm sorry, Terry. Listen, if I've offended you, then I've really gone too far.
Can't be having that. I don't get this one.
No. There's going full circle, but going full circle isn't necessarily a good thing. Did Teddy Bridgewater go to the Lions?
He did. I missed that.
Wait, like high school coaching legend Teddy Bridgewater?
High school coaching legend Terry Bridgewater, yes. He goes to the Lions. You know what? I'm going to go team by team real quick to see other.
Well,
ones.
do you remember Gruden when he said, "Now, what do you think about Teddy Bridgewater, man?"
Some other kind of lesser moves with players that I recognize that they could definitely help out. Kendrick Bourne going from San Francisco to Cardinals. Kendrick Bourne was someone who had to step up when basically they had no wide receivers, and was actually pretty much Mac Jones's wide receiver one at the time.
And wasn't Kendrick Bourne the one that was in New England at one point too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Gardner Minshew also goes to the Cardinals, so he will be possible backup to Murray. Murray is still kind of in limbo right now. We don't know where, and we'll go over the list of free agents that still have not signed yet. There's still kind of some few interesting names in that.
And when you get to Dallas, I have a question for Terry when you get to that, because Terry said he's waiting for the Cowboys to break the bank. But do your thing. I just said when you get to Dallas, I've got a question for Terry.
All right, nothing notable from Falcons that we haven't already covered. We did talk about Kyle Allen selling for Buffalo yesterday.
I don't hate that move.
I don't either.
Because listen, I think Kyle Allen is a competent quarterback that doesn't get talked about. Is he a superstar? No, but I think he's a safe option, a safe pair of hands to run your offense. So I like Kyle Allen. That's just
on the defensive side, Seattle safety Kobe Bryant signs for Chicago. I think that's a good defensive one for them.
Yep.
But also, in case you guys ever wonder, where is Case Keenum these days? Still in Chicago.
Oh, I mean, legends never truly go away.
Mm-hmm. See nothing from. Okay, so I'm on Dallas right now. So they picked up Jalen Thompson, safety from Arizona, and PJ Locke. But what was your question?
So they also traded for Rashawn Gary from Green Bay.
You're right.
So
I didn't have the trades up. Now I do.
Yeah. So Terry, what do you think about Rashawn Gary? So I'm going to call out Prophet on this because maybe this is one side saying this. I always thought that Eric thought Rashawn Gary was good, but he has informed me in our group chat that he said he never thought he was good. He thought he was terrible. So, Terry, what do you think about the Cowboys picking up Rashawn Gary? And I think they gave him a new contract, or they were in talks to give him a contract. Maybe I'm wrong on that too, or maybe they inherited a contract. I don't know, but Jerry's always going to break the bank. He's always going to interview himself and say that. But what do you think about that for Dallas's defense? So, anyway, that was my question.
Okay. Let's see if anybody else. Talked about Bridgewater already. Packers, nobody there. Free Blankenship for Houston. We already talked about Pierce.
Wait. Did you say Rodrigo Blankenship is in Houston?
Reed.
Not Rodrigo?
Reed Blankenship. No.
Not the goggle legend. No,
not the goggle legend. No.
Oh man, I love Rodrigo Blankenship, even if he did go to Georgia.
Right. Let's see. We talked about Kelsey already.
Kelsey coming back. And what I want to know is, does that mean Taylor Kelsey's coming back to fantasy football? The question everybody wants to know.
Yeah. We do want to know that.
Yeah, let's see. Mike, you have to go. Thanks for joining, my man. Appreciate you.
I know the Giants gave up a lot, but let me see if they actually made any other moves too.
Yeah. So I see that Terry said Rashawn Gary is not very good, a former first rounder from Michigan who has underperformed. I don't know why I thought for some reason he was doing okay in Green Bay. I admittedly don't follow the Packers, so I wouldn't know. But
are you sure it wasn't just to antagonize Eric?
Believe it or not, this was actually not one of those times. Pretty much every other time it is, but this was not one of those times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if they could just get a football version of Chris Bubich, I think that they'd have a great defense. But, you could find like a defensive lineman of the ilk of a Chris Bubich, then, I think that would solve all of the Green Bay's problems. But,
while he was traded to Seahawks, Rashid Shaheed did sign for Seattle still the next season for this season.
So he signed a 1-year deal?
3-year deal.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think that's been a great deal for Seattle. I think Shaheed just needed a new start somewhere, and I think he found a good spot in which to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I said he was he had a pretty good impact with Seattle when he joined them. So definitely.
Well, I was going to say that was probably one of the deals of the deadline, was it not?
Yes, it was.
That one, and probably Jacoby Myers to Jacksonville are probably two of the ones that stick out to me in terms of the deadline deals that happened in the NFL last season.
All right.
As far as two guys that got a brand new lease on life on their careers.
We did say that Kenneth Gainwell earlier that he went to Tampa Bay, so that'd be interesting pickup for them. They also did re-sign Cade Otton for 3 years.
Who Tampa Bay did?
Tampa Bay did, yeah.
Tampa Bay, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Titans we've already gone over. They made quite a few moves, so I'll be curious how they do so far. And Washington's the last team. We have not talked about Washington yet.
And I have another team we haven't talked about.
Who?
Las Vegas Raiders.
Raiders. I don't think there was anybody on. Oh, I skipped the Raiders.
Oh, I'm telling you, they signed a lot of people.
They did. Tyler Linderbaum. I guess I just skipped the Raiders, and a lot of money for these people too.
Yeah, the former Ravens center.
Yeah, Tyler Linderbaum for Ravens to the Raiders for 3 years, 81 million.
The highest ever for a center.
Yeah. What can you tell me about the Colts player that went there? Is it Paye?
Kwity Paye.
Kwity Paye.
Kwity Paye. Yeah, I mean, good player. He's quick. I think it's a good pickup for the Raiders defense. I mean, he's not going to have the production of like a Max Crosby or anything, but I think Kwity Paye, I don't know what they paid for him, but Kwity Paye is pretty good. Yeah. So like I said, quick. He's a gamer. So I think it's a good pickup for the Raiders.
Yeah, and then Quay Walker was the other major one that I would say, and Nakobe Dean and Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Nakobe Dean was a pickup that caught my eye, and I was like, because Philadelphia has lost quite a few players in this free agency period. Nakobe Dean, and then one we'll probably get to this with the Panthers, but Jalen Phillips going to Carolina. That to me, and it's not because Donnie's a fan of them, but to me that's one of the signings of the free agency period.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it probably is, Terry. Jerry's always looking for a way to catch lightning in a bottle. So if Rashawn Gary's been underperforming, he's convinced that under the bright lights of Dallas that he's going to find someone. He likes a big name. So I don't know if you consider Rashawn Gary a big name. I know he was in college, but like he likes anyone with name recognition that he can bring to Jerry world. So it probably is because he doesn't like to be shown up by any player. Although I don't think, to be fair to him, I don't think Micah Parsons had like just an unbelievable season in Green Bay. I mean, he got injured himself. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's going to want to show that the Cowboys are going to be just fine without Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Now, Phillips had the highest value at $120 million.
Well,
Eagles to Panthers.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Eagles got him a steal, mid-season. So, and I said that was one of the pickups. I think that probably was the pickup, probably more than anybody. I wasn't thinking about that when we were talking about that, but Jalen Phillips is a heck of a signing for Carolina. I love that. I love that for Carolina's defense. They already had a good defense, but now to add Jalen Phillips to it, that puts them in the upper echelon of defenses in the NFL.
Now the Commanders also signed an edge rusher for $100 million from the Chargers. That was Odafe Owe.
Oh, okay.
So that's another one. I did not expect he was. I didn't really watch Chargers defense much this year, so I don't know if that price tag is warranted, but that's still big signing for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Chargers had overall a pretty good defense. I don't know a lot about the individual player, admittedly, but yeah, I mean, you also, I think it probably works for them because where did he sign again?
Washington.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Washington needed some help on defense anyway, so I think that's a good pickup.
When it comes to free agents that are out there, first name that comes up is Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
So, I said Tyreek Hill, he's coming off a major injury. I'd be curious where he lands. I know Kansas City has come up before, but I don't know about that.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah. You got Trey Hendrickson also, edge rusher from Cincinnati.
I can't believe. Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say, I can't believe that he has not been signed yet.
Yeah, there's a few names on here I'm a little surprised. Deebo Samuel can still be – I feel like somebody can pick him up, and he would still contribute at that level. Christian Kirk, we talked about earlier. Trevon Diggs from Green Bay has not been picked up.
That's interesting. I mean, not that it means anything if you don't necessarily sign day one. That could be a player's decision to not do that. But, yeah, I mean – usually guys like to get signed up so that when OTAs come up, they can be ready for it. But, I forget when OTAs actually start. But, yeah, I mean, like Hendrickson's probably the one that stands out to me as a guy that hasn't signed. That's weird.
Yeah, but don't forget. There's another unrestricted free agent right now that a certain team may need an answer for sooner or later. That's Aaron Rodgers.
Is he still playing?
No. Depends who you ask.
Yeah, I mean, he's evasive every time he appears on the McAfee show.
Right.
So, he might be going to another dark retreat. I don't know. To decide that, but if I had to guess, I said last season I thought he was done, but I think I was wrong. I think he just can't stay away. So I think he does come back. Because I don't think the Steelers, it's a sacrilege when I say this, but they just aren't. They don't seem to have the trust in a certain Oklahoma State legend. Go Pokes, and it's honestly borderline insulting. So, and I'm a little offended, but what can I say?
Listen, all I will say is with Mason Rudolph, you're gonna be guaranteed 10-7 going to the playoffs. With Aaron Rodgers, you are guaranteed 10-7 going to the playoffs. So no, as much as I like to champion Mason Rudolph, being part of his fan club, I don't know if he's actually the answer in Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, hear me out. If it's not Mason Rudolph, Bailey Zappi.
It's probably a worse answer.
Okay, fair enough. Now, honestly, and I know I bring up his name all the time because I'm a fanboy, but what does Jameis have to do to get another starting gig in the NFL?
See, Jameis had a good showing for the few Giants games he had to, so I think he's happy being with the Giants, honestly.
Yeah, but he's a national treasure.
He is a national treasure. Now, of course, the big question right now, there's now two big questions. Kyler Murray, is he staying in Arizona or not, or going? And then who's going to want him? Because I thought the Jets were going to be the team, but they decided Geno Smith was the answer for them. So I'll be curious where that's going. And now we kind of have to ask about Crosby again.
Yeah.
Because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know we talked about it already a little bit, but you got to remember he did not play the last few games of the season. And kind of making a big deal about being injured and all that, because remember there was the video of him shooting hoops in his gym after the injury report came out. Well, the physical kind of vindicates the Raiders, in my opinion, for sitting him.
So did something come up in the injury report? Well, I'm curious as to why the Ravens backed out of the deal.
Let me see. Let me pull up this article I was sent.
Because obviously if they canceled the deal, there's something that came up in the physical that they weren't comfortable with, at least with the return that they were sending back.
It was something with the physical. It says Baltimore did not want to invest 2 first-round picks given what the Ravens medical experts found during Crosby's examination. So it was during the physical where they said, no, we're backing out.
Yeah, well, then it raises questions about, was there something that the Raiders weren't disclosing, or was there something that Max Crosby wasn't disclosing?
I don't know, because like the Raiders, and I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure the Raiders said that he was injured, and Crosby made a big deal that he wasn't. So that could be the only thing. Oh, Italy is up 3-0 right now against United States. Lovely. So that is
another big fifth inning incoming from the United States.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. So I was looking forward to doing more World Baseball Classic talk, but I did want to wait for Eric to be here so we could talk about his experience, and Ed too, since we'll have them both here. So.
Well, I mean, I'm here, so let me just tell you about it. Went to Houston, and good time. Got an ice cream helmet, and ran into Shannon had the boys there, and
ran into like they went separately.
Yeah, different cars because I made me drive this time, and got an ice cream helmet, and this is my 47th time in Houston. And we went on Prophet Palooza Junior, Prophet Palooza Junior, Prophet Palooza Senior, Tampalooza, Prophet Park, all the stuff. And sorry, anyways, there's my Eric Prophet.
It's like he was here with. It was like he was here with us. Have you watched any of the World Baseball Classic yet?
No, I have not.
I've been able to watch it. I've been able to watch a few games because I did watch the.
I'm the poor man that doesn't have Fox.
I did watch Italy Brazil, the game that they were at, because Italy's starting pitcher Allegri was with the Trash Pandas.
Wait a second, Orlando Scary is with the Trash Pandas?
That is not who I said.
Who was it again that you said?
Allegri.
Oh, I thought you said Orlando Scary. I'm so sorry.
And I'm probably butchering his name too. And yeah, he McCutcheon's got a point.
And here's my defense. Does Eric ever sound excited about anything? Even if he is excited?
I mean, when you give him stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I got to see Mike Sellers, meet him for the first time, and then got to see Terry again. Terry joined me for baseball around the clock in Wichita because I live in Wichita. And Wichita. Win third season ticket holder, earned fun average, and Terry's Mike Bison on the Earned Fun Average podcast, and Wichita. Again, like he's here.
Can't even say anything about that.
He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
Absolutely. That's the pause if he actually listens to this, and he's not going to.
Nope.
So going through the different pools here. So we'll go over the standings right now. Pool A has Puerto Rico at 3-0, Cuba 2-1, Canada at 1-1, Colombia at 1-3, and Panama at 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
Pool B in Houston, we have USA 3-0, which is also the score that they're losing by right now. Italy at 2-0. Italy's kind of been a surprise so far. They have not lost a game yet.
Aren't they coached by Mike Piazza?
I want to say yes.
I think he's Team Italy's coach.
I know he's had involvement with them before, so that would kind of make sense if he was or not.
Should I call him like Florida Marlins or New York Mets legend Mike Piazza?
I mean, you call him what you want. It is not.
So Mike Piazza must have been. Yeah. He must have been that must have been the last WBC when he was the coach.
I remember him being a coach for them before, but it's Francisco Cervelli.
Oh, okay. Cervelli. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, Italy's probably been the
surprise.
Probably one of the bigger surprises. Mexico's at 2. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Mexico's at 2-1. Great Britain at 1-3, and Brazil 0-4. So,
yeah, I think that I heard for the USA Mexico game last night that that Paul Skeens was outstanding. Of course, water's also wet, so I'm not surprised that Skeens was great.
was that before or after Prophet sent the text about sending him back to Detroit?
Well, that was Scooble.
Oh, Scooble. You said Skeens. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah, no, but
I've embarrassed myself.
Well, no, you were seeing if I was going to notice so that you would remind me that I had a question about Terrence Scooble. So I appreciate you doing that.
You have such a way with words.
Well, I'm just saying. So thank you for that. But first of all, I appreciate that you reminding me. Were you surprised that Scooble didn't decide to pitch in a second game, or do you commend him for sticking to his original plan to only pitch in that first game?
I mean, he's stuck. I mean, he's a man of his word. He stuck with it. I understand that. I still don't understand I still think there's a perception problem with what people think the World Baseball Classic is. I think that's
Agreed.
kind of I don't know if that's strictly a U.S. problem or not.
Yeah.
But
well, I think with Scooble that personally, and Sellers, I don't mean this as a disrespect to the Tigers. I don't think he owes the Tigers anything after the arbitration negotiations.
No, in fact, the Tigers owe him a lot.
You what?
No, in fact, the Tigers owe him a lot now because of that.
Yeah, they do. But I know he's an organizational guy, or at least he has been. But I don't think he owes the Tigers anything at this point, especially if they have no. And they're going to have to step up to show that they want him if they want him to stay, because I think he leaves at the end of the season at this point. But I could be wrong, because I said the same thing about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. before they signed him midseason. So I could be completely off base with that. But I mean, probably a little selfishly too, because I like Scooble. I would have liked to see him pitch a little bit more in the World Baseball Classic. I'm not saying he needs to go 100 pitches or anything, or almost, like I don't want him to get himself injured, but can't you kind of do your pitching routine with Team USA like you would with Detroit? I mean, I know nothing substitutes being there in camp with your guys, and that he values that, and I respect that. But you won't get to play. You never know if you'll get to play in another one of these again. So
yeah, that's fair. It's funny you mentioned about Vlad. I went back and looked at the spreadsheet I did for the beginning of the season, and the question that we had for Toronto is, does Vlad stay the entire year or not? Because at the time that was a legitimate question, because I think I know you didn't, but I think a lot of us thought Toronto was going to be last in that division.
I think, to be fair, I think I had him fourth.
You had him fourth.
Last. Yeah. So it was a legitimate question, because, Vlad himself had said he had set a deadline for how long he would discuss extensions. And if they didn't meet that deadline in spring training, he said, we're not going to talk about it until the end of the season. And by the way, I was talking about, it's all Dabo's fault that we did this, that, and the other. And Dabo is, ruining sports as we know it. And
don't say it a third time. Don't say Dabo a third time. Because
hop on.
You summoned them. You summoned
What are you talking about? What are you talking about Dabo for?
He said Dabo 3 times and you appeared.
Well, he's the only one that talks about Dabo. I don't. He brings it up.
I know. So how'd that game go?
We lost 6-1. We gave up 6 runs in the top of the second. We got a solo home run in the bottom of the second, and zeros the rest of the way for both teams.
GATA.
That, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Blame Dabo.
You could be losing to the Citadel right now.
You're right, Virgil. I messed up last night by saying anything. I jinxed everything. It's on me.
So tell everybody where you're at currently.
So we're at the Augusta Green Jackets, SRP Stadium in North Augusta, and I was going to give you guys a quick little tour here. It's the last 10 minutes of the show. Game just got over. Clemson did not win tonight. Georgia Southern got the win 6-1. Our starting pitcher gave up some, and we had two other pitchers in the second inning. So 3 pitchers gave up 6 runs, and we could not overcome that. So let me flip it around here. Give me a second. Here we go. So here's a shot of the hat wall. I'll walk down the wall here. You kind of see Augusta has a great hat wall here. Good selection of stuff all the way through. I love this black one right here. This is
I was about to say I like that one.
I don't know that I remember seeing that one before, but again, a lot of good selections here.
It's not new.
Okay. And then I'll hop over here. There's a good selection of the dad hats, which Ed would love.
Yeah. So, Donnie, you're rich. Can you buy me one of everything?
No, I cannot. I refuse to. There's actually a lot more holes in this than I thought. But the one thing I like about Augusta, which other teams would do more of this, is they have the other affiliates. The Rome Emperors, the Clingstones, the Stripers.
So let me tell you, Gwinnett started doing that as well.
Yeah, don't pay attention to this, like, or this.
You have a turkey hat.
I do. I have. Yeah, this is my friend Clark. He's like, "Do you have the turkey hat?" Yep, I do. I have the turkey hat.
Do you like,
I actually have this one.
Do you like the blue one or the orange one more? Because I like the orange one that they used to have.
Yeah, I like the orange one, but I don't know. There's something cool about the all blue. It is kind of cool.
I'm with Donnie. I'm with Donnie. I like the all blue.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donnie, give Clark a message for me.
Okay.
Tell him that you have all of those hats.
Clark knows I don't have all of these hats. He's not stupid.
Yes,
He knows He knows I'm not as rich as you think I am.
Yeah. Donnie, another question. Donnie, how are the Clemson baseball teams?
So I was going to go down and get a picture. Her husband looked pretty mean, so I decided not to. But she was sitting down from us a little bit, so there was a mom there. I almost went and got a picture just for you. Like, I was going to tell her the story and be like, "Can I just get a picture to send to my friends?" But I was like, "No, he looks like he'd beat me up." So the husband was like, "No." Yeah. So anyway, here's some shirts. I mean, Augusta's it's not a huge shop. I'm going to give you like a quick pan of like the whole shop. It's really high ceiling, but it's not a huge place, but they utilize the space really well. But a lot of good stuff here. I like this shirt here. I haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, tell Adam I said hi.
Okay. If I see him, I will. I don't see him right now, but I know who Adam is. I've seen him in here before. So.
Do they not have any azalea river donkeys that it's anywhere?
Let me see. I'll go back over to the hats because they do have. Actually, I don't know. Do they have the river donkeys or the azalea hats? Let me look. Here's some of the jerseys. They got a pretty good selection of jerseys.
Can you go up to that red one real quick?
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool little like Braves homage. I like that they've got the Augusta A.
Yeah, they wear that. So they wear that on Friday nights.
Yeah, red Fridays.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good home jersey there. I love their road jersey because it's vintage looking to me with that block lettering.
Yep.
A lot of the women's shirts here. Let's see. Let me go back over here. They have some of the Azalea dad hats, which I need to get Rhonda one of these. So they have the pink dad hat, but I don't see any of the other Azalea's hats right now, actually.
Well, they were sold out at one point.
Yeah, I know they were sold out. I know there's probably more coming.
And they may restock. By the time the season starts, maybe they'll restock. They've got this is pretty cool too. You might like this, Patrick. So they got a hoodie with Atlanta.
So
and check
so
this out. The sleeve has all of the affiliates on it.
So Donnie, I actually just bought one of those from Gwinnett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I've got one waiting for me at the store. I have to go pick up.
I wonder if we're going to be seeing that from other teams because I've never seen that before.
I was told that you will be.
Okay. So look out for the Angels one.
I can listen. So I can speak for Atlanta at least. They're selling that in all of the Atlanta affiliate stores. So with Official League being now an official outfitter for minor league baseball, I think there's a bigger line of Official League products coming out across all affiliated teams.
I like this shirt too. This is a new one, I think, because it's up here by the door. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Yep.
They got it in green and in black. So
in other words, Donnie's about to buy both.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not buying anything today. I can promise you that.
He's in a sour mood after Clemson.
Look at this. A pencil mini bat.
Love that.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got a lot of kids stuff, a lot of little bats. These are kind of foam bats with a softy ball.
Virgil, Donnie's going to get a real bat and hit you with it.
Oh, probably. Probably.
So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little tour of the Augusta Green Jackets team store here before the end of the night. Oh, I like this. This is kind of, let me flip this around. This is kind of a cool golf hat.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that either. I kind of like that. I might have to circle back around to that one.
Yeah. Donnie,
I'm not making a purchase, but it looks like Clark might be. Look.
Ooh, I like that.
His and hers.
By the way,
his and hers. He's getting his wife something, so he's a smart man.
Clark knows you're rich. I already know that Clark knows you're rich.
Yeah. No, Clark's the one that's rich, not me. Rich. You guys are rich.
That's great.
So you guys pulled off the show tonight, just the two of you?
Just the two of us.
Yep.
Hey, I bet it. I had to watch it back. I bet it was a fantastic show.
Well, at least Virgil was.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you were.
I'd recommend watching it back just for our opinions on the new logos because we did talk about the wood chippers, we talked about the ranch dippers, and we talked about Northwest Arkansas's Copa.
And Donnie, it wasn't Virgil and Patrick, it was Virgil and Eric tonight. Look at my name.
The influencer.
And then Ed did stop by for a little bit. He's delayed on a flight, so he stopped by for a little bit.
What?
Are you buying anything in money bags?
Listen to this. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you buying anything in money bags?
You tell
No.
Man, you listen. I love Clark. Clark knows.
Clark was one of our roommates in college, so I've known Clark. I met Clark in 1986. His first roommate, actually, before I met Clark, his first roommate was one of my high school friends, and that's how I met him. And then he actually ended up rooming with me and a couple of other guys. So we've known each other going on 40 years now.
Nice.
So Donnie, at my conference, I just found one of my friends. I didn't know he lived in Columbia, so I told him about my obscenely rich friend that lived in Lexington, and he said that's where the rich people live.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's. So he wasn't surprised when I said you were obscenely rich.
All right, you got him some merch.
Clark, tell Clark I said thanks for supporting minor league baseball.
Clark, Patrick says thanks for supporting minor league baseball.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing, he says.
Listen, I like Clark. I like Clark already.
There you go. He likes you already. All right, guys. Well, we're going to hop off of here. We got to head back to Lexington. So I just wanted to get on here before the end of the show and give you guys, because I know Virgil and I talked about last night, give you guys a tour of the Augusta Green Jacket store. Again, let me flip it around, just kind of give you guys another little shot. So here's the whole store, the kids section. You can see the hat wall back there. It's busy tonight. They're doing some pretty good merch sales for a Clemson Georgia Southern game. So Nice little shop, high ceilings. I don't see Adam in here anywhere, so he must not be here tonight. So,
That's okay.
but I'll be back. So
yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you showing us.
Stopping by. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. So I'll talk to you guys later, and see you later in the chat.
Sounds good.
Good night.
Have a good night, Donnie.
Bye.
Well, with that, that's a great way to end tonight's show. So this is the second time I've had to do just a two-man show, and man, honestly, I get worn out just doing this, man. So
I'm telling you, it's hard being the A star on the show and having to carry the other person, isn't it?
I said if it happens again on Thursday, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna retire on top.
I'm just gonna retire after this. It's like I'm done. I've done my streaks. So
I hear you.
Join us next time on Tuesday, Thursday, as we go more in depth about the World Baseball Classic. Of course, we'll have hopefully Eric will join us so we can talk about his experience at Houston, and I think Ed will be back too. So we'll have a little more in depth about his time at Puerto Rico, also even with the rain delays. So we'll talk about that, and then we will continue our streak. We'll continue our analysis of baseball divisions. Baseball league, so we will have the Midwest League ratings probably on Thursday, and then we'll go into another league, probably the South Atlantic League. So we'll see about that. Patrick, when are you coming back?
I come back tomorrow, so I should be there for I should be back at the home office tomorrow.
Okay.
So I will be there. I will be there on Thursday.
Do you have a hat history coming up?
Not tomorrow, but I will have one. It's actually going to be released on Thursday this week. So,
One on Thursday. Okay.
Yep. So when I get all that set up, I will be releasing that. And unlike 2 weeks ago, I actually am going to have one coming out. When I said stay tuned, believe it or not, there is going to be one this week. So stay tuned.
I'm already looking forward to it. So I said, unless we have any new logos, I said we'll be mostly a World Baseball Classic centric episode tomorrow. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Hopefully we'll have more people. We do best it can with two-man show. Thought we did pretty well tonight. We'll see in the ratings later.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we will catch you guys on Thursday. Have a good night.